What is up, everyone, and welcome to Robeytech, where I, Robey, Justin Robey, aka Robey1 Kenobi, talk tech with you wonderful people. I am so excited because we've got an interesting episode for you today, because we're here to talk about one thing, and one thing only. There's nothing else we are covering. We're talking about Threadripper. That's right, baby, Threadripper. Okay, but before we get to any of that, let's roll that intro now. As I said, we're here to talk about the next generation of Threadripper, 3rd Gen Threadripper. Now, we've been waiting with bated breath for news, specs, pricing, and performance for the 3rd Gen Threadripper CPUs, and on November 7th, today, or it could be in the future, depending on when you see this, we've got all that and more. So Threadripper has been the flagship CPU for AMD, the best of the best, the fastest of the fast for Team Red. The 2nd Gen Threadripper is the one that we are familiar with here on Robeytech, as I use a 2nd Gen Threadripper for my work machine. Now, AMD has coupled ridiculously high core counts with great clock speeds for the Threadripper lineup. So we've got high expectations for the new generation. Robey, tell us the specs. I want to know how many #beefy cores we're going to get. Fine. Hold on, I'll tell you. Now, we're getting two different SKUs for the 3rd Gen Threadripper, the 3960X and the 3970X. Now, I know in previous episodes we've talked about the 3990WX and other ones. We're talking about just the stuff that's coming out now. First up, the 3960X will rock 24 #beefy cores and 48 silky smooth threads that will absolutely rip with its base clock of 3.8 GHz and boost clock of 4.5 GHz. That's right, that's faster. Now, the 3960X will have 140 megabit cache, and when paired with a motherboard, because duh, of course you'll put it in a motherboard, you'll have 88 PCIe lanes to use for all of that SLI/Crossfire/NVLink/capture card/anything you can cram into the case. It's mayhem! Now, each CPU in the new Threadripper lineup will have a 280 watt TDP. Let's just think about that for a second. 280 watt TDP. But now you're asking, great, it uses a lot of power, but what's the difference between the 3960X and the 3970X? Well, for starters, the 3970X has upped the game to 32 #beefy cores and 64 threads to tackle all your multi-threaded content creation needs. With a 3.7 GHz base and a 4.5 GHz boost clock, again, it's faster. It's no slouch when it comes to crunching that datas. Now, it ups the cache to 144 megabytes with the same number of PCIe lanes as its kid brother. And kid brother, we use that term loosely. Now, all of this is leveraging the 7nm Zen 2 architecture, so it's going to be fast, but it's also going to be efficient. Now that we have gotten through the specs, let's take a look at the benchmark and performance aspects that AMD has put out there. Now, in all the tests, AMD has compared it to its Intel 9920XE and 9980XE. And spoiler alert, AMD mops the floor with Intel. Now, you might be saying, Robey, what's with the new 10 series chips coming from Intel? Okay, well, based on Intel's own benchmarks, and remember, they aren't out yet, so AMD couldn't test against them, we aren't going to see any significant difference for them to beat the 3rd Gen Threadrippers either. So essentially, Team Red is going to crush Team Blue. Anyway, let's get back to the metrics. First up, we look at performance in Cinebench, a common test for 3D rendering. Now, when we see the 3960X is twice as fast as the 9920XE and the 3970X is 2.5 times faster, that's a lot of time saved on 3D rendering. Continue the render testing, AMD also put the new Threadripper through the paces with V-Ray, a photorealistic 3D material and rendering engine that is common in professional level 3D production. Now, V-Ray is notorious for being extremely punishing to CPUs, so we're seeing that the Threadripper are 1.7 and 2 times as fast as the 9920XE. So, not looking good for Team Blue on the 3D rendering space, at least until the 10 series releases. And even then, we're not entirely sure it's going to be that good either. Now, in an interesting move, the next test we talked about was compiling code, which While it's not as glamorous or cool as seeing a dope 3D render materialize in front of you, it takes a lot of time to compile and build. Let me break it down for you like this. They tested it on Android, faster, Chromium, faster, Unreal Engine, you guessed it, faster. It seems like Threadripper 3 is going to be faster across the board for all kinds of productivity and content creation. But all these percentages and numbers and charts are one thing, but has anyone actually used it in real-world applications? Well, of course they have. I mean, I wouldn't do an intro like this without having actual real information. In fact, AMD sent a few machines over to Blur Studios, the company who, even if you haven't heard of them, you know their work, especially if you're a Halo fan and you've played Halo Wars or Halo Wars 2. They also made things like Deadpool, cinematics for League of Legends, Titanfall 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Terminator, and they have an upcoming Netflix series, Love, Death Plus Robots. The long and short of it is that the processes that used to take upwards of 13 hours, like rendering a single frame, now takes, hold on for this, now takes 20 minutes. 13 hours to 20 minutes. That is days and weeks of work saved by switching to Threadripper 3. Now, AMD says that Threadripper 3 will allow content creators to focus on art rather than the process. So when are these coming out and how much are they going to cost? Well, prepare for the death of your wallet, because these are both releasing on November 25th, with the 3960X ringing up at $1,399 and the higher end 3970X at $1,999. So no, these aren't your bargain CPUs or what you will likely run in your next gaming rig, unless you're me, because of course you're going to run the best of the best, because that's what you do when you're on a tech show. Now, these things really rip threads, and I for one cannot wait to build the next iteration of our Threadripper PC for the show. Oh, and they are still cheaper than the Team Blue counterparts, the 10 series, that are also on the horizon. That's just painful intel. Now, the other thing worth noting, and this is a first, these chips are not going to be backwards compatible with older TR4 motherboards. With all the new power and with the PCIe 4 support, just the channels for the chip alone are 4 times faster and are 4 times more than what current TR4 motherboards can even provide. It will require a new TRX4 motherboard that are coming out with these chips. Now, one thing that is backwards compatible though is AIOs and coolers that support the WX models of 2nd gen Threadrippers, given the mounting mechanism is still the same, but it has to have the cooling capacity to manage the WX 2nd gen Threadrippers, 1st gen Threadripper models. Well, that's it for Robeytech today. And is that such a bad thing? I mean, look at what we just covered. Threadripper! Threadripper! No, I like this jacket. Never mind. Let us know in the comments below what you think about 3rd gen Threadripper and whether or not AMD should send us a couple of, units to put in some builds. Yes, they should. Now, while you're down there, be sure to slap that subscribe button, whip that like button, and ring that notification bell so you get a notification each and every time we post a new video. I mean, come on. You know you want more of this content. And also, head on over to mixer.com/Robey1Kenobi and give us a follow over there for our live show every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time. Now, thank you for watching. Let's go play some games. Or just dream and drool about Threadripper 3. I may need to clean my pants.